Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I really hope you love this tutorial for this macrame garland. So to start off with, you're going to need one length of cord that measures 150 centimeters. You're going to need 50 lots of 80 centimeters, so this is 10 cords each for each flag on the banner. A tape measure, some brushes, so this is a wire pet brush but I bought it specifically for my macrame, and a comb. These really come in handy at the end. Some sharp scissors, these are very old and rusty but they still do the job. Let's get started. So take your 150 centimeter length and at the end you're going to create a loop like this, wrap the small tail end round, so, and then you're going to pass it through this little hoop here. This is so you can have a sliding knot, so you can make the hole bigger or smaller at the end depending on where you're hanging it. But if you want, you can just tie it in a normal knot, it doesn't have to be this knot. Now we're going to need to find somewhere to hang this up or tie this up like I'm doing here. This kind of worked, but I think the back of the chair, I've used that before and I feel like that worked a little better than this. So as long as you can tie it up somewhere and untie it easily for every flag, then that's fine. So take 10 of your 80 centimeter cord and split one in half like this, and then we're going to attach them using a lark's head knot. So take the middle point and go behind your cord, take these two strings through the middle of that point, and then pull it tight, and that is a lark's head knot. So repeat that with the other 9 cords for this flag. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on different macrame knots, I already have one up on my channel that you can watch. So now we're going to be creating a square knot. So take the first 2 cords, take the cord on the right and go over the middle 2, and then take that first cord, the one on the left, and go in front of that one, behind the middle 2, and then through that loop there. And then pull that to the top of your work. And then we're going to repeat the same but starting with the left. So the left over the middle 2, behind the 4, and the 4th behind the middle 2 and through that loop. And then pull that up. And that is one square knot. So you're going to repeat this going along the top using all those cords there. So now we've finished our first row of square knots, it's time to get started on the second. So we're going to leave out the first 2 cords here and create a square knot. And then you're going to leave out the last 2 cords on this row as well. So this is going to start creating that triangle shape, the decrease in the square knot. So for the third row, again you take out another 2. So in the first row of square knots you should have 5, then it should go 4, 3, 2 and then end up with 1. So for every row, just make sure to leave out the first and the last 2 cords on both sides. Okay, so now that the last square knot is done, we can create a row of double clove hitch knots. So take that first cord on the left and angle it down towards the right. Take the second cord up and over that cord like this and through that loop. Like so, and then pull that tight, and then you can repeat that once more on the same strands to create a double clove hitch knot. So repeat this for all the strands on the left until you hit that middle cord at the bottom, and then we can start on the right side. And now take that cord on the right, the first one, and again take the second cord up and over that one, behind it, and then through that loop. Then repeat once more on this cord, And then we can do the same on the left, so until we hit the middle chord, just continue. And then once we've hit the middle two, we can join the two sides together by creating one double clove hitch knot going towards the left. So now we can slide this up until it's about 3 centimeters away from our knot. And then I measure 3 centimeters roughly, and I create a double knot on the right side of that, so you can see here. So we can reattach it now to where we're working, and then attach another 10 cords and repeat the exact same steps. So slide it up until it's about 3 centimeters away from that knot, undo this side, and then I'm going to create a double knot that's about 3 centimeters away from it there. Okay, so now that this side is done, we can take it off, and we're going to create another one of those sliding loops. So around and then through that hole there. And then I'm just comparing this to the first side to make sure they're both even, so you'll see me adjusting this one a lot. So now it is the time where I just do a rough cut of the cords to make it easier when I'm combing them out. And then repeat on the other side. Okay, now I'm going to take my wire brush and comb these out. So as you can see, the wire brush does a really good job comparing to just a plastic comb. I do use the comb sometimes just to get the bits that are closer, like here, bits that are closer to the knot. When I comb out that end bit too, I think that ties it all in nicely. Okay, so now that it's all combed out and nice and tangle free, I go ahead and I do a cut. I don't really measure it, I just sort of eyeball it, but I think I do measure it for you if you want to create the same sort of fringe length. So this doesn't have to be perfect because we can always go back and trim off more. This is just to get the initial shape so all the other ones can copy this one. Oh, so it's about 10 centimeters, the fringe. So now you're just going to repeat this for the other 4 flags, and you can use this first one as a template so you can lay them on top of it to create the same length fringe. Like you see I'm doing here, so you can lay it on top, comb it out, and then you can see your guide to cut. And now that all the rest are done and complete, your garland is finished. I really hope you love this project. If you do recreate it, please tag me on Instagram at LunaCraftsOnline. I'd really love to see it and share it with everyone. And if you could subscribe, like or comment, that would really make my day. And I hope you have a lovely week. Bye!